Yeah. Overseas with it. Niggas claim they hot, where that money at? Niggas then ran up in your spot, where that money at? Strippers don't know you in the spot, where that money at? Fuck you, and that fake watch, where that money at? Yeah. Niggas think they hot, where that money at? Niggas then ran up in your spot, where that money at? Strippers don't know you in the spot, where that money at? Fuck you, and that fake watch, where that money at? Yeah. Slipping on my pimpin', nigga, never that. Always had more women than bitches, nigga, roger that. Money is the root of all evil, get the fuck back. We've been brainwashed from a fetus just to get scrapped, scratch that. Now I'm on a mission just to get dope. Physical or crypto, from the 9 to 5 or a kick dope. When shit get cold, like the hometown of Klitschko. Vladimir, your boys out of here with the sick flow. Now I ain't no rushing, but I'm rushing through this budget. I turn the booth into a gun, raise the way I'm busting. I caught the whole onion, then I got it from my cousin. In and out of traffic, toe tagger, we be hustling. I understand the shine first and realize your time worth. Can't be rich until you enrich your mind first. But I'ma be ignorant with my black ass and probably swipe my black card to blind black mask. Yeah. Niggas say they hot, where that money at? Niggas then ran up in your spot, where that money at? Strippers don't know you in the spot, where that money at? Fuck you, and that fake watch, where that money at? Yeah. Niggas say they hot, where that money at? Niggas then ran up in your spot, where that money at? Strippers don't know you in the spot, where that money at? Fuck you, and that fake watch, where that money at? Yeah. That moolah, that cheese, that fettuccine, that guala is what a nigga after, so holla at me tomorrow. I'm looking for investors to throw some bread at the startup. Straight to the top, I'm cream of the crop with the product. Money isn't everything, but in this society, you gotta have fun to have fun, so don't lie to me. 153 million the fucking lottery. World keeps spinning, I just mold it like fucking pottery. Fuck that poverty shit, my niggas gotta get rich. Hip hop over everything like hippopotamus clicks. Niggas wanna hate, that be on some anonymous shit. People wanna relate, they wanna be a part of my clique. We are not with the shits, the toilet did not get fixed. All less fail, every door come off the hinge. $1 million in my bank account, the sweetest revenge. 75% in the savings, making some sense. Niggas say they hot, where that money at? Niggas then ran up in your spot, where that money at? Strippers don't know you in the spot, where that money at? Fuck you, and that fake watch, where that money at? Yeah. Niggas claim they hot, where that money at? Niggas then ran up in your spot, where that money at? Strippers don't know you in the spot, where that money at? Fuck you, and that fake watch, where that money at? Yeah.
Yeah, y'all know what it is, man. Black African power. What's good? What's happening? A well-organized lie defeats a disorganized truth every time. Woo-hoo-wee, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. It's Godkilla in the house. And I'm coming to do what I got to do, and I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm standing tall. I'm standing strong. Hey! Bobby banging this bitch, man. We got about 40 minutes today, man, this morning, man, to throw down what we need to throw down. Appreciate everybody in the building, man. If you're not here, man, we getting right into it. Man, catch the download, man. Man, get the damn likes up on the show. And y'all know the rule around here, man. Hit the Cash App early and often. Hit it coming in the door and hit it coming out the door, man. That's how we show love, man, for accurate history and scientific literacy, man. That's how we do it. Putting together the platform, yo, to make sure we will never get confused by fake black history. Man, they got us in a crunch, man. Now you see believing in wild ideas and concepts, misconstructing information in history, man, put you in a spot. Now we see how dangerous it is taking on other people's culture. If you're willing to take on other people's culture, are you willing to die for that culture? Y'all talk that right now, man. We got a war going on in Israel right now. We got a group of African Americans stationed in Dimona, Israel, playing Bible. Now the rubber is meeting the road. What's going on, Omar Reed? What it do? I see you, Christoph. What's up with you? Christoph, what's going on with you? Mr. Wright, what it do? Who else we got in the building, man? Man, I see you, DQ. I see you, Shane Gold. What's good with you, man? I see you, Set Hotep. What's up with you? What it do? What else we got? I don't know what the hell you're saying. Oh man, hold on 1 second, man. They get to rocking early in the morning. Early in the morning. Early in the morning. All right, let me. I can't even read this, man, because I ain't got. Let me see. Black Americans should always care about operations of the North American Empire, U.S. funded by their taxes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Should be educated on it. I agree with you. Jay Commodore is in the building, man. How you doing, man? Regular Joe Pumpkin. Regular Joe. I see you. Marlon, what's good with you, man? I see you, Keenan, right? So let's get right into it. I see you, Monk, Brazilian Monk, man. Good morning, you brother. Yeah, hit them damn like buttons, man. If you're a moderator, man, you should be putting something in the daggone chat, man. If I'm talking about a topic and you got a good source, a non-pseudo source, I pick people that ain't pseudo. Go ahead and throw that in there. All right. And man, enjoy the morning show. We're gonna get in and out. So, playing Bible, playing fake black history got some African Americans in trouble. They over there in Dimona, Israel, and now Israel is at war. Now, how long do they play this game? You know, American citizens are told to leave Israel. American citizens are told not to travel to that area. Make sure y'all be careful if y'all traveling to Egypt. I don't think Egypt is a no-fly zone right now. You can go to Egypt. You at your own, caution. That's they always said it about that, right? Because people be targeting you. All right. So I see you, Willie. What's going on, Mr. Daniels, man? What's going on, Marcus? I see you. Good morning, Miss Tiff. What it do? So funny, man. We've been going through a lot these last couple years. Man, things have been really right in front of our face to prove that the information that we've been teaching been right where it's supposed to be. We say, nah, y'all not Egyptians. Nah, nah, nah. We said, nah, y'all not Hebrews. Nah, nah, nah. And now playing Hebrew has gotten you in some real trouble. Now we want to see. Now we got people like the Zariak talking about the hell with that thing. So we know Tazariak and them was playing, y'all. They playing while happily being in America, smiling. Clicking on their TV, watching a holy land be attacked. So a person asked me, okay, forget since you saying we not that, then what about the conflict? What side do you choose? Well, in actuality, I choose education on the subject. Most people start with the creation of the Israeli state. Nope, you ain't go back far enough. But my direct answer is I care about the human beings and the lives being lost. Because I already know that the religious aspect of it is wild. And I already understand that those people that you don't even understand, right, that created that Israeli state in the 1940s, they actually have a more connection to that land than Black Americans ever will to Egypt and quote unquote the Hebrews. Now, how about that? And none of y'all can't get past that. That's a factual statement. Their ancestors traveled from that area, right, to what they would call Russia and Germany and all that. That's a fact. And they just mixed in with the indigenous population in those areas I just spoke of. So, yes, they do have a biological connection to what you're calling that area, Israel, and they actually do. More so than the wild African Americans over there. And the wild African Americans don't got no connection to it, but through the Bible that they read, and they want to digest it and become that. They plan. That's why they dress up with wild Power Ranger outfits. That's why the quote unquote African American population in Dimona, Israel, right? They dress like indigenous Africans. They don't dress like the ancient quote unquote Palestinians or the ancient quote unquote Israel would have dressed. They don't. So the game has gotten them in trouble, just like the game got people in trouble with that daggone vaccine. Got them in trouble. So at what point will we decide to understand how do we get to real information? How? The conscious community has been full of wild information from day one, yo. And it was always based off being able to say whatever you wanted to say with no critique added to it. These are the conditions I came into. I say it all the time, man. Right? Manufacturing your own history, not using the tools developed, disrespecting the tools. You routinely hear people say it ain't all in the book. It ain't. It's crazy, man. And it's crazy because you can look around you and look at the world around you, man, see how it's operating, man. The world around you operates off of organization, being organized. Successful missions, successful ideas, successful people. Should I say, why is it that successful ideas, successful people, and successful missions are based off of being organized? Now, being organized does not guarantee you to win, but it guarantees you at least get your message there. Why is it that the conscious community, they thing they hate the most is being organized? Oh man, you're trying to get me in the echo chamber. Oh man, you're trying to get me in the box. Oh man. You know why they fight against organization? Because it would actually force them to do something. Organizations funnel you to an idea and they make you stick to it. It does not allow you to run all over the place. I'm a rebel. Revolutionary. You know the most revolutionary people that I know of in America, right? My top revolutionary person would be Martin Luther King. My second revolutionary person would be Malcolm X. Let me start with Malcolm X. Malcolm X, it's revolutionary, right, to be in an organization and go against the ideals of the organization when you realize it's just not really making sense. Particularly after that organization has risen you, right, to the top. Malcolm X had one of the top voices in America in the 60s, and black people was tuned in. Got his fame from that platform. Malcolm X decided to deal with politics. Why? Because politics affects the African American community or the black community. Directly affected by laws, rules, regulations that we pay taxes for. And he spoke out on issues and they kicked him out for that. I don't know why, man. Nation of Islam say we don't get involved in politics. Now we realize that's a death sentence for the black community. If you're sitting around thinking I'm not going to vote, you do have a choice whether to vote or not, but you shouldn't say that's something we just shouldn't do. You shouldn't say that. You should keep that quiet and say, I personally don't want to vote. So when you have a group of people that claim we don't get involved in politics, but claim to have the best interests of black people, you already know that's wild. Because politics directly affect the black community. It directly affects things that govern you. And so for that, Malcolm X is revolutionary in his thinking, in his way he thought and the way he changed, the way he decided to go global, top notch. Go to the world court, right? Petition, go globally. Get an understanding of the world you're around. I see how Islam really is. That didn't change whether he loved or continued to fight for black people. It didn't at all. But that was revolutionary. So we can see heart in that situation, right? We can see being up against it and being intelligent enough to change, man. That's revolutionary. Now, my top revolutionary is Martin Luther King. Whenever you hear somebody say something wild about Martin Luther King, you already know don't even say nothing to them. Let me give you an example. Now, y'all never understand the examples I give, but let me give you an example. It's like when people holler at the top of their lungs, man, I love Africa, and we the first to walk upright. Black people's the first, the Africans the first to walk upright. We the first of humanity. And then they say, oh, that evolution is wrong. Oh, we don't come from monkeys. Oh, Charles Darwin is a racist. You just killed everything you just said prior to that. Those two statements don't make sense, because if you don't agree with evolution, then you can't agree with the results of evolution. And the results of evolution clearly show that human beings, the human population, that several human populations started in Africa first. And the way you can prove and verify that is through evolution, Charles Darwin variety. So when you hate Charles Darwin, say he didn't know what he was talking about, he's the white man he was talking about, then you're hating the very thing that proves and verifies that we are the first human beings on planet Earth. And Africa is the homeland of all human beings today. That the population that resided in Africa at about stage isotope 6 at about 190,000 years ago is the population that all of us come from today, no matter which your mutation got you looking like. So when you say that Martin Luther King is a nut and he was soft and all that, the very ideals that you stand on, the very things that you use, the positions that you have subscribed to get involved, meaning the things that you're able to do, is based off of what that man fought and died for. Oh, what are you talking about? We'd have fought the war. No, you'd have got wiped out. The shit was downright revolutionary to get punched in the face, water hose, the babies get water hose down, right, and force the world to look at you. It was the only real play. Because we can look at the rest of the world, the rest of Black America, and the way they wanted to fight it, it didn't work. But that's okay. But it just didn't. And the platforms that we stand on now without a person kicking your door in, right? And being able to sue certain businesses and whatever you need to do, all comes from that brother and that movement of Black Americans that defeated Europeans at their own game. So the point I was always wanting to make to y'all, that's damn revolutionary. And watch this. The day Martin Luther King and them defeated the Europeans in the highest court of the land, because the Supreme Court is the highest court in the land, the day they defeated Europeans at the Supreme Court, the message of Black liberation, the way it was taught, became obsolete. That don't mean that because Martin Luther King and them and those high thinking, high caliber lawyers, high priced lawyers, right, defeated Europeans in the court, that all of a sudden everything was smooth. And they listened. No, they had to send in the marshals, the federal marshals, to make other groups of white people pay attention to it. Racism is systemic. The institutions that forged America got racism built in because it was backed off money. It was based off of anti-scientific movement. Y'all call it scientific racism. So no, it didn't change overnight. What it did was it left y'all a platform to fight. So if you're sitting up there saying, whoa, based off of that decision, racism is gone. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying based off that decision, now you have a tool to fight against racism. Man, y'all got to feel me with that, man. So why deny the very tool that you got that was handed to you due to blood, sweat, and tears of some Black Americans that came up with a revolutionary idea? There was no white people on the Supreme Court. So if you argue white people are incapable, I've heard they're incapable of doing this. Wasn't no Black people on the Supreme Court. Oh, they just let them do it. It's the foundation, the laws, rules, and regulations. It's the foundation of America. So the wild revolutionary, we're going to attack this, we're going to do that. Man, you're really not trying to do nothing. Nation of Islam never said that they was trying to do anything. They didn't get involved in politics. They was actually a religious organization. That's what they said. Martin Luther King and them produced politics that would literally change the world. Then you start to see globally other African communities start to fight. So we got to know what revolutionary is and stop letting people fake y'all out, man. Stop letting them fake you out with the flim, flam, bam, bam, boom. So every time you talk wild about Martin Luther King, but yet what he did allowed us to be able to fight, right, against oppression with a tool, you're wild. Just like you're wild. Every time you talk crazy about evolution and Charles Darwin, but yet on the other hand, talking about how we the original, you're wild. You can't have one without the other. You can't have evolution. You can't have Africans being the homeland of humanity without being able to verify and prove it. Without evolution, it goes hand in hand. And you can't have the ability to fight against oppression without having a law behind you in America. Or you can just bang it out, and we know how that's going to turn out. Not going to outwar America. And that brings us to the conflict in Israel and how not understanding your history got a group of Black people stuck somewhere in Dimona or whatever. All of them don't think they stuck. They might be fighting in the conflict because you would have to do that to be there. Put yourself in a situation very, very vicariously based off of misinformation. You know, with a whole continent, right? Based off of one charismatic Black leader, right? Believe in something that ain't nowhere near true, just based off of geography. Same thing when you claim you Egyptians, right? Now, Egypt, right, is definitely an African civilization and African culture. Absolutely, there's no doubt about that. Variations of different aspects. Simple as that. There's no debating that. That's what the experts say. Shout out to Brother Reggie, Garfield. Fortune favorite. Yo, they was in the Brooklyn Museum. Hopefully they're going to post their video. Yeah. Experts don't say the Egyptians was Black. Experts don't say the Egyptians was white. Experts say that the Egyptians' Nile Valley civilization is an all-African civilization. Now, you might not understand evolution where you can see the variation of the great African. You might not get that lesson. But just because the Egyptians is an African civilization worthy of praise, worthy to be studied by continental Africans, by Africans in the diaspora, worthy of that. Understand that. But that's not you. You don't need to make up lies and, oh, it's the West African. Man, enjoy your history, man. Because not understanding your history can actually get you in some wild trouble, can actually get you in the middle of a conflict that you have nothing to do with. So I stand with the people in human lives. The innocent people should not be drawn into a war, should not lose their life based off of some wild people driving in go-karts, flying go-karts with parachutes on it. When I seen the flying go-kart and parachutes, when I seen the bulldozers bulldozing down the fences, when I seen the motorcycles going through the holes of the fences, I said they zealots. We could have took anybody in the chat, and if I was to ask you, what if the Muslims parachute in on go-karts, use a bulldozer, one bulldozer, knock the fence down, and motorcycle riders ride in. And when they land in the middle of a concert and start shooting up people and kidnapping. How do you think they would turn out? We would all say, oh man, they're going to be in trouble. Y'all would do like this. Y'all would say, first of all, Israel will respond with force unprecedented. Then you would say America, right, is going to get into it. And when America get into it, or at least speak on the side of Israel, then their allies are going to speak on it. That whoever drove them go-karts and whoever dove in, you know what I'm saying, with the motorcycle, Harley down, what kind of motorcycle they got over there, whoever had the John Deere tractor and drove down the fence, they wasn't thinking. They was selfish. See, religion makes you selfish. It makes you only think about yourself. It only makes you think about what your book say or your interpretation of how it is. It don't make you think about humanity in a whole. So there's going to be a certain level of responsibility that Israel is going to have to take, right? That's why they say y'all got to go ahead and move. Well, that's hard to move 1 million people from one spot to another. At least they said it. At least they gave them time. But you know, those with the most power got to have the most restraint. So that's going to have to be worked out. But man, you already know everybody got to get their lick back. That's just the world we live in. That's why I'm concerned about the innocent women, men, and children that, man, just want to live their life. So at a certain point, man, the superpowers is going to have to get in here and really remove the religious element out of it. I know it sounds crazy. Right? And work that out for real. You gotta. That's why I always talk about separating church from state, man. Like it's two different issues here. And man, if y'all study World War I and World War II, man, that's when the whole thing started. When the French is occupying those areas, when the Europeans is divvying up this space. Y'all blame Israel, but in actuality, it wasn't. Right? It was the Ottoman Turks. They was fighting against the Turks. They was moving the Ottoman Turks. They was removing them out of that area. They was fighting. And the Arabs took the side of the British and the French. Now, they didn't directly fight on the side of the French or the British. No, they didn't, right? But they fought against the Turkish Empire because they was in control of that area, the Middle East, at that time. And they fought against, they occupied them, right? They busy fighting them, and them Europeans could actually come in. So, man, now so it seems like that the Muslims just mad at the wrong people. That's what it seemed like to me, if you really study the history. So, yes, those human beings that live in Israel have an ancestral connection to that land. And that's just what it is. That's not taking no sides. That's just the reality and the tools that we got. And the Palestinians have a right to that land. So they got to do like all humans, they got to work it out. So I would like to see the Palestinians develop a government that could actually sit down at the table and have a serious conversation, right, on the matter and get everybody out of it. Get the Europeans out of it, right? Let them stay on the side, right? Let the Palestinians pick. You cannot pick a wild religious leadership. You had to pick, whether you pick Russia, whether you pick China, whether you pick the United States, man, they separate their religion from their damn politics. You got to choose a group like that and sit at the table and make that thing right, y'all. Babies can't keep dying, right? We get it. We understand when somebody slap the hell out you and snatch you up with the wildest of ease on TV, you're going to get them back. You got to show them they just can't do that. I get it. So I ain't picking sides. I'm on the side of the human beings, man. They just want to do like we do, like drink a cup of coffee, talk about politics, and ain't nobody kicking your damn doing. Made possible through the work of one of my revolutionary leaders, Martin Luther King. Inspired by another one of my revolutionary leaders, Malcolm X. Yeah, absolutely. That's where we at. What time is it? Drop the link. Anybody want to get in and say something? Don't say nothing stupid. Be intelligent in your approach. Study the conflict. Study World War I. Study World War II when they separate the land. Study the Ottoman Turks, right? Study that, and then y'all get a full picture. Do not start at 1940s. When Israel, don't do it. You're going to mess it all up. You're going to swear. Oh, man, don't do that. Hey, man, hit the Cash App, man. Where y'all at? Did anybody hit the Cash? Let me see. If we playing this morning? If we playing like the black Israelites in Demona, because they definitely playing, yo. They is definitely playing. Where is that? Let me see, man. All right. Man, drop the Cash App, man. What y'all doing, man? I'm almost at the end of this. Hit the Cash App, man. I know we ain't go a whole thing without nobody dropping the Cash App, man. Let me see. All right. Yeah, y'all know I got to get my daughter out. Hey, Torres, man, you always showing love, man. Appreciate you, man. That's real right there. That's some love. All right, man. We got to get out of here, man. What's going on, brother?
Yo, what's happening, man? Top of the morning.
Yeah, top of the morning, man. I got 2 minutes, yo. I got to get ready to take my daughter.
man, the Israel thing, man. You know, I don't believe in none of that fake ass God shit either. But just historically, man, you sound kind of wild, huh?
I know. They don't always sound wild though. You should say, why this man always sound wild? Hey, so listen, this is what I'm gonna do for us. Listen.
What's going on?
All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually give y'all a good documentary, right? And we're gonna really go over it. Right? We're gonna have that good crispy conversation, and we're gonna follow the steps to get there. All and I'm gonna say something, I'm gonna back it up, right? I want you to be in the comment. You're gonna say something. We might gotta get whatchamacallit in here. He loved the Turks doing a whole thing on the Ottoman Empire and all that, man. But you got to start off with who was in charge of the land. It wasn't the Jewish people.
No, it was the Ottoman Turks, which was they was colonizers and invaders as well, right?
Yep. There you
go. When they lost power, the British basically came and said, "All right, this us now. We gonna govern this land."
Then how they lose power though? Tell them how they lost power.
In World War I, because they started with the Central Axis powers, correct? Okay. So when the English side won, it was an English Jew named Balfour. He came up with the plan to basically just govern Palestine or whatever the case may be and make it open for all religions or whatever. Later on in the 1920s, they start bringing in hella European Jews, like European converts from Europe, right? And then the Muslims said, "Hold on, bro, like what's going on? Like this wasn't an agreement." And then from there, it just got worse and worse and worse. So like, I don't see how the British.
Hey, you made a mistake. You made a mistake though. You made a mistake. They wasn't actually converts. They might have been converts, but they were genetically tied to that land though. I think that's.
I mean, you gonna beat me up on the science. Like, I ain't arguing.
Yes, but I know, but that's important to know.
Yeah, but historically they wasn't there. Like they may have been genetically connected somewhere down the line, but for the last 500, 400 years, the Palestinians was living there, man.
Yeah, I ain't tripping off that. Hey, we're gonna come back. Stay tuned. I'm gonna go back live in about an hour.
It's all good. Peace,
It's all good, man. Hey, it's good to see that you see we're in the same ballpark, though. We just got
right.
Definitely, you're not crazy in what you're saying. We're in the ballpark.
All right, man, have a good one, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate you, man. Hey, Gon, I'll get back to you next time. We out of here, man. I gotta take care of some family dinners, man. Love y'all, man. Hey, man, upgrade your information, man. Hey.
I'm not much better than you. Yeah, shiny and new. I gotta tell myself the truth. I just need an upgrade. I'm not much better than you. Yeah, shiny and new. I gotta tell myself the truth. I just need an upgrade.
Hey, man, I'm your host, Bobby Banger, aka Godkilla. With that, man, I'm out.